Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Mr. Richard Michie. Are you ready, Richard?
I am ready. I'm in charge.
I'm just, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where you go?
If there's one thing I can guarantee you is you will all die. And I know that sounds very sad, and given I was cancer, which sounds like great to me. It's just one of those things that will happen. But don't worry, because death's it's inevitable, you can't get away with it. So just embrace it and enjoy it. The Egyptians loved death so much they built these lovely tourist attractions. Obviously they killed loads of slaves doing it, which was a bit of a mess. And they loved death so much that they took all their slaves who were doing all the hard work and they stuck them in there with the other dogs and the cats and all these other things. So they enjoyed death. The Hindus have a ritual where they burn the corpse of the man that's died, and sometimes the wife has to sit there. To stop the wife running away when the husband's being burned, they hit her with pointy sticks to stop her running away, which isn't too nice either. And the lovely Buddhists have a fantastic ceremony called sky burial, which sounds really pretty and nice. These lovely Buddhists, they're all nice and calm. Sky burial sounds great. Really, really lovely idea. Until you find out that what they do is they take the body to the top of a mountain, they hit it with axes and clubs and grind it into little bits and wait for birds to come and eat it because they don't believe there's anything left in the body. So they take it all away. Sounds really nice. But English funerals are quite straightforward. We have a good cry, we all have some crispy sandwiches, go to a pub, get a bit drunk and actually forget why we were there in the first place most of the time. So English funerals, death ceremonies, we're not quite as advanced as other things. But the nice thing that we do is we like a good party. As I said, we all go to the pub and get a bit drunk. So it's a time to celebrate people. It's a time to celebrate people's lives. I don't believe in being sad at somebody's funerals. The ones that I've been to, I always like to say, I don't like it, to be honest, it's not very nice. But one of the great things about it is that people start having this thing where they have their own songs at their funerals. The one that I would love to my funeral is this. This is the Ace of Spades by Motorhead, which is really, really loud and probably quite inappropriate for a funeral. However, it would be great having my coffin carried down the service to this massive heavy metal band by the ugliest man in rock, Lemmy. I think that would kind of echo what the kind of message I want to leave with. The reason that I chose that, the reason I'm so passionate about the music at funerals, is that this song was chosen by my uncle for my grandma's funeral. And unfortunately, my grandma hates this record because this is just so soppy, and it's by this woman. My grandma hates her, absolutely despises her. She would have much preferred something by that nice Bing Crosby, because she liked that, something she could whistle to. But Bette Midler, no, she really, really hated it, and it's one of those things that it stuck in my craw, and I really can't stand my uncle now. The music for my funeral is really important. So, if anyone knows, if somebody chose the wrong music at my funeral, I would come back and haunt them, because it would be awful. It would really, really kick me in the teeth. I'm a bit of a music fan. Christopher is not my ideal choice. However, at my friend's funeral, my friend's father's funeral, he had a real thing for Lady in Bed. It was his song between him and his wife, and it was really, really touching and really funny as well. People started smirking and wondering what the hell's going on, but it was because it was Dennis's record. Now, as you might expect, I asked Twitter about their funeral songs, and we got back some really interesting answers that ranged from the sublime to the ridiculous. And recently, this one times just changed, and it just called it because, as you all know, Margaret Thatcher died yesterday, and there is a Twitter campaign to get Ding Dong, which is dead, to #1. Apparently, it's about number 23 at the moment. I didn't know that before I did this presentation. So my choices for songs at my funeral. I'm quite an indie kid, so it would be something nice and jangly. But I don't think I'd get away with the Stone Roses and Resurrection, even though I'm not that old myself. As great as I think that would be alright. The Smiths would have a good shout, so there's Send Me to Sleep, which is a nice, gentle one. It's not very happy, a lot of people crying. Meek's Murder wouldn't be very good either, because she might have, if anyone's heard that one, it's got lots of screaming cows in the back. It's not very happy. Victory 2 might be apt. If I wanted to go to the bang, I could go for The End, but again, that might take a lot of people with me. It's quite depressing, and there's lots of profanities in it, and some of my aunties and things might not be too happy. The kids might not be really happy about the sentiment about his mother as well. This is the funeral song that I chose. So this is Belle Sebastian's The Boy with the Arab Strap, which is a lovely, jangly, jingly indie song with lots of, it's got recorders in it, you can clap and stamp your feet, and I can imagine everyone at the funeral having a great time, and ideally they would all live with a smile, especially trying to work out just what is an Arab strap. Now if anybody knows what an Arab strap is, come and see me after, and I'll tell you if you're right, it's a little bit, it's kind of a dodgy thing. But it's worth googling if you're not at work and it's